All right, this little quiz here is essentially based on my podcast episode number 302, What Are You Feeding Your Mind? And if you haven't heard that, you probably want to go back and listen to it. So, I talk about in that particular video of the principle of GIGO, which is garbage in, garbage out. So, this is what we call your mental input quality visualizer. So, we discover how the quality of your mental food, and I use food as the things you put in your head, how it shapes your mental output in life. So this little interactive tool that I put together illustrates the garbage in, garbage out principle in a playful way. So you got your positive inputs, your negative inputs, right? So you got your meditation, your new skills, inspiring books, nature time, exercise, social connection, and of course quality of sleep. This is like the mother of all problems right here. People, if you are doing doom scrolling at 2 a.m., you've pretty much just have hurt the quality of your sleep. And the quality of your sleep will essentially impact your mind. So let's see what happens when I choose these inputs and process them and what the application will actually tell us, right? So I'm going to go ahead and choose, we'll say, an inspiring book, meditation, exercise, and we'll do poor diet. Then I'll hit process inputs. So let's see how that goes. Dun, dun, dun. Gets to be a lot of fun. Look at that, right? So you can see it's like, okay, emotional well-being might be high in mental clarity, but there's still this little bit of gap here, right? Still, so I'm going to hit try again. So let's see what happens when we do negative media, doom scrolling, isolation, and we'll do quality of sleep. So mental clarity is just absolutely 29%, extremely low, and emotional well-being is 29%. So you might feel confused, easily distracted, find it hard to concentrate and make decisions, and you may experience increased stress, irritability, sadness. Prioritize self-care and positive inputs. That's why I said mental input. It's garbage in, garbage out. It's a GIGO principle. It's what you put into your mind comes out into your life. And again, go back and watch that episode, but this really does tell us a whole lot. So what if I do new skill, negative media, some gossip, and negative self-talk? This is a real major issue for people. So let's go over here, processing my inputs. Let's see what it looks like percentage-wise. You can see the mental clarity is low and emotional well-being is low. Confused, easily distracted, and of course experiencing increased stress, irritability. Right? So you can see how when we put all these things together, how this application actually works. It works great, by the way. If I choose all the negative inputs, let's go all of them. What that looks like. Yeah, you see it's taking a little bit longer because it's got some data. It's processing all the negative stuff. Finalizing the mental state. Look at the mental state hitting a 0. Absolute 0, right? So if you were to do, let's say, an inspiring book, nature time, social connection, we'll leave the sleep out. We're going to, because this counts. Like quality sleep is good, and if it's not pressed, then that means it's not good, right? So we'll do some doom scrolling. We'll do some comparison, which is really self-judgment. We'll do some isolation. So let's see what this looks like. Let's find out what garbage in, garbage out does for your life. Little isolation being processed there. Look at that. finalizing that mental state. All right, so you can see it's like 57%. Your focus is generally stable, but there's room for improvement on some days. So you can see how there's, the bottom line I want to bring to the table is that garbage in, garbage out, what you put into your brain comes out in your life. And what this really represents here is that you are operating at 57%. You're operating at 57%. It's really quite simple and straightforward. So you're not operating at 100. You can't give other people out in your life 100% of you because you're operating at 57, right? So what happens is if you don't take care of yourself, it becomes even harder to take care of other people. That's the whole point. So if we do gossip and comparison and isolation, let's see what that looks like. Just 3. Think of your 100% mental state as the strength. And look at that. It was just so little, right? Just absolute zero. Just comes to show you, right? And there you have it. So I'm glad you enjoyed the mental input quality visualizer. Have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode.